Hello and welcome to another S'more RV fun video. Today I'm going to be installing and reviewing the Haloview BT7 TPMS system. Now, on my current trailer, I do have a tire pressure monitoring system. It was one of the first things we got when we got the trailer. It's that peace of mind. If you're getting a trailer for the first time, you're going to read forums. They're going to scare the heck out of you that your tires are going to blow out and you're going to wreck your trailer. So I got my tire pressure monitoring system for that reason, because I was always concerned what's going on with my tires behind me. The advantage of having a system like this, the Haloview BT7, is that you get this 7-inch monitoring screen and you get a backup camera along with your tire pressure monitors. So I'm able to have everything in one view, in one camera, in one location on a monitor that tells me what's going on with my tires. It's also going to show me what's coming up behind me. As you drive, I'm constantly looking at my side view mirrors to see, are there cars behind me? Are there cars coming up on me? This is all going to reduce that for me. I'm still going to worry, but at least the peace of mind of knowing what's going on is going to be settled all right here in this monitoring system. So what came inside the box? We obviously have our 7-inch monitor. It has 2 antennas on it. It has a nice area here for the slide mounts to go up in. There is your power buttons and your connections, your power supply, power button. There's also an area for a micro SD. This actually acts as a recording system. So you can be recording what's going on behind you as well. You just need to get a micro SD and slip it in here. It does not come with one with the system. There's 2 different types of mounts that it comes with. One is your suction mount if you want to go on your windshield. So depending on what kind of view and systems you have running for your trailer, you can either mount to your windshield, or you have a 3M mount right here. What I like about both of these mounts is they're extremely sturdy and durable feeling. You know when you pick up something, it just feels like plastic. This has a lot of metal components to it. So I really like that. It just gives you a little more, I think, stability through the whole system. So I'm probably going to end up using this 3M one on my dash. But it's nice to know that I have options, because options are what it's all about. So I also got my camera system here. This camera comes with an antenna that goes on the side, or it has a long antenna mount here. So we're going to talk about that in a second. In the back, there's just this connector. So if your camper comes pre-arranged with all the power, you can just use this to connect it, or you're going to have to wire it in. The camera itself does adjust up and down, but I'm going to wait to do that until it's mounted so I could get the right view that I want as I drive. So you got your camera system there. There's 2 signal boosters. Now, as I mentioned, my trailer here is 44 foot long. So when you're buying the system, they're going to ask you how long is your trailer. And depending on what you put in there, you're going to either want to get a booster or 2 to help. Now, what's separate is that these boosters are actually for the TPMS system. And this long cabling here and this antenna is for your camera system. Both have signals that are going forward. So you're going to either end up using these boosters, 1 or 2 of them, depending on how good the signal is for the tire pressure monitoring, or you're going to be using this cable, or not, or in addition to this cabling. So what I like about these is they hook right into your battery. So if your battery is either located at the front of your trailer or it's sitting on where your hitch area is at, which is how ours is, I'm able to just connect this to the battery power right there and give it power. So we're going to get all that installed and check it out. Here's another antenna that comes with it. I think that this antenna is going to be for this system, but I'm going to play around with that as I get it installed. And then you got all kind of cabling. So a lot of what you're going to be doing is syncing to start your tire pressure monitors and your camera with the actual monitor itself. So they give you some cabling to do that, because in order to do the tire pressure, you got to screw them in, and you only have 15 seconds to hit the button on here and have it sync. So I could probably run back and forth to the cab to do that, but they give you this cable. That way you can bring the monitor out to the side wherever you're doing it, hit sync, and it'll sync everything up. But we'll show that in the install part of this. There's different cables there. That's the pairing cable. It looks like there's another monitor cable here. Here's your power cable for inside. It's USB to USB-C. They give you some zip ties, some connectors. Here's the actual monitors themselves for the tires. I got 6 of them. I only need 5, but I got a backup, and then I got one for my spare. Why are you going to put one on spare? I don't know. I just have the tire, so I have the pressure monitor. I might as well put it back there, right? I already put the batteries in here. That was an easy to do. They give you batteries. What's nice is they actually sent me 9 batteries, and I only have 6 of the tire pressure. So I have some backups there, which is good. With my current system, I know that my batteries last about 2 years in there, and then I got to replace them. So it'll be nice to have some backups there. They also give you a whole bunch of clips. So when I'm running this cabling from the camera in the back of the trailer all the way to the front, I could do so on top of the camper. I could use these 3M strips and just kind of clamp them in there and hook them in. So They give you everything you need to make this install easy and successful, so I really appreciate that. It has everything I need right here. I'm not going to be making any trips to the store to get anything. So let's go ahead and start getting this installed. First thing I'm going to do is inflate all my tires to the right PSI. These are set to 80 PSI cold. So cold means the tire has not been running on the road. Parked in your driveway in a parking lot at the campsite, that's cold. Not cold outside, cold tire. So 80 PSI is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around and do every tire up to that before I even start worrying about putting on a new TPMS system. Inside my camper here, we have a hookup here. This is actually the cigarette lighter inside the camper in the bedroom. And I always thought, this is great, but what am I ever going to use this for? Well, it is there. It's wired for the camera observation, so they know that the majority of these systems are going to have a cigarette lighter feature to it. But what I wanted to show here was that the system all comes hooked up. So I got my cable there. They give you this connection pairing cable. And what it has is two different ports for your camera. So I could plug my camera system in and you're going to see a light come on as soon as I do that. So this is powered and plugged in. There's a little blue light there that I can see that tells me it's got power. And then for the camera system itself, there's another wire on there. And I plug that in. It's going to go ahead and turn on my system. And now I got signal from my cable. And you can hear there's some sound. So that's great. See what the camera looks like there. Cool. So what I want to make sure is that these two are synced. They are. Just hooking it up. So there's nothing for me to do there. I'm going to go ahead and install this on the back. I'll unplug that because that's annoying. I'm going to go ahead and get this camera installed in the back and then get this system put up front. And then we're going to start to play around with what kind of cabling we have to use in between. I'm up here in the front of my cab on my truck. I'm trying to figure out orientation of where I want this set. The first thing I wanted to do was set up my monitor because I want that placed where I want it while I'm driving before I start worrying about if the signal strength is good or anything like that. Up here in my cab, I have a USB connector down below. I have two of them. I use one, so connected in the USB going up here. I have noticed that if my truck's not on, this thing will not load. It will just keep resetting itself. It's probably not getting enough power. So your truck at least got to be turned on with the battery, if not running, for this to have full power. So I'm positioning this in a way that it's kind of out of the way, but I want the antennas to be able to move. They're not going to go up. There's not a lot of room right here. But over on this area right here, I think is good. It's in line with my rear view mirror. Not that I can use that when I'm driving with the trailer. But I also have a mount here because we do put a GoPro up from time to time for these videos we make. And so I'm just kind of looking overall. What do I have up here? Is this kind of blocking anything? Do I want it moved over here more? I kind of like it in this position. So before I adhere it, I just want to set this where it's at. I know that I can move my antennas around forward, put them up a little bit if I need to. And so this looks like it's a pretty decent position. So for me, this is how I'm going to have it set up on my dash. Right now we're showing no signal. In order to go ahead and sync up the tire pressure monitors with this monitor, you're going to tap. This is all touchscreen, so I'm going to tap, and now you can see all the different tires you could program. So I'm programming this as if this represents the back of the trailer and this would represent my truck if I needed it. But I'm going to start back here, and all you would do is select which tire you want to program. And when you select that, this little box comes up. So I can manually plug in my ID. Each tire pressure monitor has a little ID written on top of it. I don't know if you could see that very well, but there is some lettering there. So this one here is BD77E7. And so I can go ahead and manually punch in that number if I wanted to, but I could also hit this auto learn. So that's what I'm going to do. To auto learn, I'm going to hit this button, and then I have 15 seconds to go screw this into my tire. So I'm going to see if I could at least do that. I'm going to keep you with me. Now, I just turned off my truck because it was dinging and I didn't want that over the video. I'm going to go ahead and turn the battery on the truck. It's going to give it better power up top here. I'm going to go ahead and hit. Now I also have my slide out, so I'm going to have to duck underneath it. Probably something I should go fix. So I'm going to go ahead and select. So this is the front. This is the driver side, passenger side. I'm going to go do the back tire first. So I'm going to hit that one. I'm going to hit auto learn. And now I'm going to run to the back. Da-da-da-da-dun-dun-dun. Do-do-do. Definitely got the time to do that. We're going to go and screw this on. very quickly. There we go. So now that should be sending a signal all the way to the front. Now, the real question is going to be, is the signal strong enough to get from there to here? And we're going to find that out right now. It has synced, so we're good. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do the next tire same way. A lot of running. I'm out of breath. Auto learn, waiting, running out. This is the one I'm going to have to crawl underneath for. And go back and check. Hooah! Good workout today. And we're programmed there. Great, so we're gonna go ahead and do the other two, and we're gonna get all four of them going. This is the pre-drilled camera system that came with the Jayco. It has the two wires coming out. So this purple wire is if you actually have to wire it. If you don't have this connection, you can use this wire. This mount's gonna have to come off because this system is definitely not gonna fit on there. And so we're gonna wanna take this off. What I will tell you I learned quickly is that you need to use your power here. So this is the adapter that comes with the system. It looks like a little 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch audio jack, but that plugs in here and gives you power. If your running lights are not on the camper itself, this has no power. So to make sure that you're getting power, because you're gonna think right away, uh-oh, something doesn't work, make sure your running lights are on. That's gonna confirm whether your power or not works. Plug this in, your lights are gonna come on, you know. So tested that first. I know how to hook that up. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this and get this new system mounted up on that. Yeah. To mount the camera, there's 3 components here we're going to work with. So this little plate comes in, you're going to feed your cord through that, and that just snaps into place, and there's 4 screws you screw in. So I'm going to screw those 4, and then this actually goes through here. So we're going to loop that wire through here. It sits flush on the camper like this. And then what I want to do is tuck all my cords back into the hole. So I'm going to push all my cords back in, but I got to kind of get everything placed first. So I'm going to screw in these 4, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this on in the back, and then I'm going to feed my wires through, but I'm going to record all that so you can see what I'm doing. I went ahead and I connected everything together. I have my wire coming in from the back of the camper, the little middle piece they provided, and then it's actually hooked into my camper here. So what I want to make sure I'm doing is shoving all of this cord back inside the hole. And then I have my gasket sitting. This rubber has a lip to it, so you want to make sure that lip can go all the way around. And I have this just pulled through. I have my plate on the back with the screws, and I'm going to use the 4 screws I took out of here to put them right back in. So shove this cord in, screw it in, we're ready to go. All right. All right, looks like we got it all tightened down. And now we can adjust the camera still however we want, but we're gonna do that by looking at our view. So let's go see if everything's still running and we got power and a signal going to the front. We're gonna go up in the front now. I do not have my truck connected to the camper, but I have it at least in the position where I would have it. And at this distance, hopefully, oh, there we go. We got our signal. Now it looks like it's pointing pretty much down. I want to kind of have it going a little bit further up, I think, to start. But like I said, I can always adjust this down the road as I get driving with it. So we are getting signal. We did not have to use the booster there. We're also getting our tire pressure monitoring. but we aren't getting a signal there, so I may have to do that. There's one adjustment I want to show real quick with those tires. On the tire pressure monitors, after I already got them synced, the one thing I wanted to do was come back and actually put on the locking nut. So people could easily just walk up and steal these and take them. So they give you this extra nut that goes on the back. And what that does is it reverses the ability to unscrew without having a tool. So if you get this little nut on there, so you get that started, you put that all the way to the end of the stem, and then this is the tool they give you. So this tool actually sits in there. That way you could change it and move it, or turn it. And so I'm going to put this back on. You can hear that air. Screw that down, and then we put this locking nut towards the back of that. What that helps it do is it just makes sure it doesn't start to spin. So it does two things really. It secures your tire pressure to the stem, but it also is a stealing preventative, because to get this off now, it would twist the whole thing and it doesn't come off. So make sure we go and add all 4 of those and tighten them down. I wasn't getting enough signal, so I added this front booster, and it seems to be working so far. I'm having trouble with just one sensor, but I think that'll go away as I start driving. What I did was I just hooked into my leads here off of my battery. I did have to split the wire a little bit, just very carefully with a knife do that. Try not to hit your other wires, which I thankfully didn't. And then I just tied it, zip tied it all the way underneath on the gas line, and I attached it right here, so it's green, which means it's getting signal. And if I go inside, I now have a lot more of my tires. It lost all its signal earlier, so now everything's back. So we're gonna get this on the road and see how it performs on the road. All right, so we got the camera going here in the back. We're taking a little drive, going to put the camper in a parking lot for the time being until we need to use it. I really like this view. Like I said, I have the rear view mirror there, but that does you no good. This is nice because I can see what's going on. One little tip, when you do get a camera like this, you're gonna wanna reverse the image. So there's a setting for that, which is really nice to have. Just go to the settings and you go to mirror, and it asks you how you want this set up. So if it was upside down for some reason, the position, you could fix that here. But you can see if I do that, I'm reversed. So here comes a car up to me. And then there it goes on the opposite side. So if I mirror this, there goes the car on the right side. So overall, like that. The only trouble I'm having, and it's that sensor right there is not showing up. It's been giving me trouble since I put it in. I even switched it with another sensor, so I don't know what it is about that position. Could be the stem on the tire, maybe something's going on there. So I'm gonna check out that, but that's the only issue I'm having. Overall, I really like this. The video is a little choppy, but I'm assuming that's because I'm just running off the antenna in the back. I'm not using the extender that was provided, but it doesn't drive me crazy. So if I wanted to do it, it's good to have options, like I said at the beginning. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give us a like, ask a question, leave a comment down below. If you're interested in buying this product, you could go ahead and do so at the link down below. It helps you, it helps us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.